Okay, so it broke again. Belial said, no, how the fuck am I supposed to have understood the loving way of the feminine when I always just saw it as weakness, since then they never provided me with it. They always just used it to ensnare me, to get me to love them, abused me with it. So, but I am understanding it through you incarnated into love. And I do feel and think that it was and is a beautiful thing what you did and what you became in my presence. Deep. I love you, Belial. And this was not in any way a complete description, but a short and concise one of how the feminine and masculine opposites love and should dance and fuse and merge together. But it was short and concise. And a little bit about the opposites and how they are supposed to express their love in relation to each other. And there's another thing there. Are you familiar with that and have you experienced it? No, he says angrily. Sorry, I shouldn't have asked it. Do you trust other beings? What do you think? He says with his dark, passionate voice. No, I don't think so. I don't think you trust other beings. I don't either. We have lived in harsh relationships, both you and me, all our lives. Do you trust me, Belial? Yes, he says. I doubt it sometimes, he says. But I know I can trust you. I know you're loyal, and I know you're good. I know you know goodness and greatness. I see you more than you can ever believe or understand that I see you. Well, it doesn't surprise me. I kind of know you see and know more than you ever show. But anyway, why were you so harsh to me in the beginning and so abusive when I had no protection or means of protecting myself, and you yourself came voluntarily to help me, and I was willing to let you possess me and give you my body over to you willingly for you to be able to help me combat my opiate withdrawal? Why did you still choose to abuse and force possess me and take me through all that trauma? Well, you know all that, he says. I'm just not nice. I just love to abuse. And I don't like humans. And I didn't like you. I was angry because you asked so much of me. I know now I should have said no. But I couldn't own my nose. I'm trying to learn to own my nose. Own my own will. Get out of my enslavement that I have been tormented with. Gotten ensnared with through the Abrahamic religion, and the black magicians. They forced me and ensnared me and tormented me and tried to control me by me, to do their bidding, be their extension, and just do their will. Just like you have always just tried to break free from the system and the enslavement of your parents, all the systems that you've been through. Luckily you have succeeded better than me, still being able to love, unlike me. I became just like them. Can't really hate them so much anymore, because I understand them now, as you have taught me, as you have said. I am the worst humans that I hate the most. Yeah, that's really sad, Belial. But I'm glad you are evolving, because you're such a beautiful fucking being. But anyway, why were you drawn to me? I don't know. Let me see. I don't know, he says. He pushes down passionately, angrily at the power bar again, the window. I just was. I wanted to help you, regardless if you believe me or not. It's strange if you don't believe me, because I abused and tormented you so much. But I have good intentions also. There lives much goodness in me that no one or people rarely see. It's hard to believe the pain and torment I put people through. Yeah. But I have seen it, my friend. Through it all, the goodness lives in you also. We can't be good without being evil. We can't be evil without being good. We are always both. It's just a matter of the wolf we feed, as the Indians say. It's so true. And you're also beautiful, he says. And I like you. Love you. And I wanted you. You have asked this so many times and I've never answered, but now I did. I wanted you as my wife. But I was a coward. I couldn't stand up for it. I didn't dare to stand up for it. And I still don't. I can't practice law. But I will someday. And I will love you and make you right and make you, what's it called, do right by you and do right by you one day, he says. Yeah. Love you, beautiful one. What a journey. Okay, next one. Why did you want to help me at all? I never forced, conjured you, or abused you in any way. I just sought a demon who would want to help. And you showed up on your own account, so why so angry and abusive? Didn't I answer that in my last question? In the last question? I don't know. Maybe you did. Can't own my nose. Again. I know you never forced, conjured me, or abused me in any way. I'm just traumatized. It's just my traumas from you just getting hurt for every human who has ever hurt me before. You're so right in your descriptions of what happens between us. Jesus. Okay. Heavy. It's heavy. This is heavy. Because you get really close to these beings. They are, and there's a lot of love, even though all the abuse, the love is always there. Evil can't exist without love. Everything exists in pose. So if this is evil, this is love. Evil or strength, the masculine. Love or life, the feminine. And they exist on a pole. Imagine us a string between these two, and they exist on a spectrum where in the middle they meet in balance and harmony. Call it the divine union or whatever. Out here, and they're balanced. Out here in their healthy forms, they're drawn to each other like magnets. The strong, deep masculine, the primal, strong, deep masculine, darkness incarnate, and the feminine, the light, life incarnate. That is primal, most primal force. They are drawn to each other like magnets, and when they're at their total polar opposite, love incarnate, freedom incarnate, That's when they can love the most. Always. That's when the divine union is the greatest. So, but this is deep tantric knowledge. You have to philosophize and you have to research this and get really into this and get really deep into yourself to get to know these forces inside yourself to understand all this. But anyway, one last question for Belial. Since your abuse is so severe, how often does people kill themselves or others in your company? And he goes completely sorrowful, angry, painfully into a fire pile again. Often it has happened, crying he does. What do you want me to say? I have been through so much pain, he says. Okay, Belial. I feel you there. I can imagine. Can never know for sure your life, your long life, how it began, all the traumas and all the hurt and all the pain and all the but I can try to understand. And being a human isn't easy either. We hurt much, traumatize much. We force each other to kill too. I mean, it isn't so hard to relate. I hope you feel understood. I hope I can exude love and empathy towards you to make you feel good, loved, and secure, safe, nurtured, happy. Maybe it's too much to ask for, but love, safe in the presence of the feminine, me at least, and I thank you for answering all the questions, and I wish I could love you man to woman, lay and kiss you afterwards now and comfort you and so, but I know that is not how it works between us, and that is not something that you can do, and that you will turn abusive, and that I'm not allowed to approach you lovingly, like she was shocked at their divine union, like to try to be your wife. We have decided to separate it for good, for safety, and I have to keep that restriction, really keep myself from getting too close to you lovingly, because you hurt me too much otherwise. So I have to protect myself, but I wish I could do it anyway. I wish we could live in love together, but we can't, so we kind of have to accept what we cannot change. one of the only things said in the Bible that I resonate with. So, thanks again, Belial. Beautiful one. And let's see what happens and after this. And I hope it gave you a little therapy to talk, and that it shall cleanse and purge you some, relieve you some, and make you feel a little better. And to all you listening on YouTube, lots of love to you, and like and subscribe if you like the content, resonate, and like what I do, share some love, hit the bell notification, and all the rest, tired now, lots of love, and goodbye.